Welcome back to another episode of On Set, where I take you behind the scenes of a photo shoot and show you the full process. But first, can you come down here? Better. Now let's get into it. As you can tell, we're in a slightly different setting today. We're in sunny Ibiza filming a swimwear campaign. Let's get into it. Come on. For both of our models today, we're keeping the skin really light and fresh. So I'm not gonna do too much. I'm gonna show you some of my favorite products that I have right now. That really natural, glowy skin base. Let's get into the base. Okay, so one of the first products that I'm really loving at the moment is this Vive Skin Nova XL. It's an illuminating primer, but it gives the skin this beautiful glow under the makeup. It's nothing too heavy, there's not really any pigment in it. It just gives the skin that super hydrated look. There's a little bit of like a gold reflex in there, and I feel like that just gives the skin a really nice warmth. And I feel like that is the perfect thing we need for an Ibiza campaign. So I'm gonna hit this pretty much everywhere on the face. I want it to give that super natural, I've been in the sun all day, I'm a little bit sweaty, but there we go. So you can really see how that's hydrated the skin. It's not giving any weird shimmer reflex. It's just giving that super illuminated base. So I'm just going in with my Buttermelt glazes from NYX. I just want to color match quickly. We're gonna mix shade 6 and 7 together. This is Praline Butter and Toffee Butter. And I want to go in with a skin tint for this just because it's going to be a lot lighter on the skin. I don't want that foundation look. Again, we want the skin to look like skin. Moving on to bronzer. Of course, we have to use a little bit of Charlotte Tilbury. Again, everything on the same brush. I feel like when you just use the same brush, everything melts in a lot better. It looks a lot more natural. And it saves you one hell of a job cleaning up later. Because this is a bronzer, you don't want to be going anywhere under here. This is going to keep the face lifted, and I'm dragging that out and into the hairline. Then, with a little bit more, I'm going to go into the contour of the eye, drag that out, and again, lifting that up into the hairline. Because we're going for a light look today, I'm just going to use my fingers, I think. I might mix a bit of glassy acai with glassy rosette, just to lighten it up a little bit. This is quite a pigmented one, so you really want to work this in. I'm going to tap that out on a Katie Jane Hughes brush. When it comes to sunburnt looks, you kind of want to get a little bit messy with it. You don't have to do anything too precise. I'm just stippling this all over the cheek. When you think of the sun hitting your face, it's never going to be in this perfect look. I want it to have a little bit more of that natural, genuine touch to it. What I like about this formula is that it also has that glossy feel to it. So it's going to add to that overall glossy base. Much done with the base and eyes now, so we're moving on to the last bit, which is the lips. I want to keep this again really light and natural, so I think I'm going to go in with my Makeup Forever liners. This is the shade Limitless Brown, but I think I'm going to dull this down with a bit more of a pinky tone. Again, working kind of rough with this. I just want to blend it on and give it that natural look. Really lightly defining the Cupid's bow and then blending that out. And I'm going to work like this in layers because I almost want it overlined without you being able to tell it's overlined. Start taking that directly down to the corner of the mouth, and then with the small brush, buffing that out. We're on to our next model, and not only a model, the CEO of the company. This is Cindy. She's the whole reason we're in Ibiza for the week. So we are gonna move on to her makeup. Again, we're keeping it super light, super natural. So because obviously this is a swimwear campaign, the skin needs to look like you're at the beach. So it wouldn't make sense if she had a full face of makeup on right now and she was coming out of the water and it was still perfect. So going back to my Vive Skin Nova, I'm gonna take a couple pumps of this and go back in with a duo fiber brush. So I'm gonna show you guys how this really works close up. You can instantly see how glowy that makes the skin. And with that gold reflex, it gives the skin this beautiful warmth. So then going back in with my Lancome Shade 15 concealer, I'm gonna go in and just pinpoint conceal any parts that I need. By doing this underneath the foundation, it's gonna be a lot lighter and it will still give that skin-like finish without anything being too heavy on the base. There we go, so that's just giving me the perfect base to go in with, and it also means that I can use a lot less product later. This time around, I'm gonna use the same product used on the last model, but I'm gonna take it in a lot of a lighter base, and you could even mix this in with that original Skin Nova. So for the base today, I've decided to go in with that glazed Buttermelt, but I'm mixing it in with a little bit of Lancome Tint Idole. So again, on that same fluffy brush, I'm gonna be lightly buffing that in. Because we did that spot concealing, I really don't need to do much at all on the base. Now that the base is done, we can go in with the structure, and I'm gonna use a different product this time. This is the Sculpted by Amy Liquid Lights, and in the shade Deep. I have mixed this with a bit of the Charlotte Tilbury, just for the undertone of it. But again, same brush, and now I can go in and start sculpting. The Sculpted by Amy ones have been a recent favorite of mine. I'm really happy with the undertones in the product, and I feel like they have the perfect amount of coverage and glow to them. I've been using some of them on myself. I think I go in with Fair, and it does give a beautiful sun-kissed glow. Okay, so moving on to blush. I think I'm gonna go in with Glassy Acai on its own. I've done Cindy's makeup before, and I'm pretty sure this is what I used on her, and it just looked incredible. And because they're a glossy balm texture, it means I don't have to go in with any highlighters. Again, just dabbing that in with my fingers, blending that into place. And I really like to work with my fingers just because it warms up the product. It goes on a lot softer and more natural. The first few times that I ever did sort of like a really light, no makeup look, it is such an art form in itself. I feel like you really have to know the limits of what is natural, what isn't, and it's even less than you would think it is. The amount of times that I've done it, and in my head I'm like, oh yeah, that's no makeup, and you can still, like, you'll still get told off. You'll still be like, no, dull it down even more, even further back. Okay, so moving on to the final step, which is gonna be lips. Again, I don't want to create too much structure, so I'm going to go in with MAC Chestnut. And the way I'm going to do this is at an angle. Instead of going in and drawing, I'm kind of going in and gliding the colour across the lips. And this is going to blend it out simultaneously. And again, going in with that Ole Henriksen. This is in the shade Cocoa Creme, by the way. Really beautiful, warm, reddish brown. Honestly, this lip balm has been such a staple, not only in my kit, but in my personal life. I think I've gone through about 4 of them, and I have about 3 of them in my client kits. We're gonna leave it at that. That is pretty much everything done. And then what I'm gonna do is when we're shooting, I'm gonna go back in with the touch-ups, all the powders and stuff like that. For now, Cindy is ready to go.
I'm ready. Hello, I'm the freshest in the place. When I lapse with my vibe and you can't keep the pace. Head to toe while I'm dripping in style. I'm fly with $1 million smile. Cannot be me. Never could you see me. When you this fresh, everybody wanna greet me. Check the clock, now I check my wrist. Ice so bright, the whole room stay lit. I know you wanna match my style. You haven't seen someone like me in a while. It looks easy, I make it look easy. Born to be fly, know you really believe me. I leave the room, energy remains. I'm the flyest, stacked up with all these chains. New swag, my swag, here I go. I'm so fresh all around the globe. There ain't no other that can take my role. I'm so hot, but the style so cold. In every room, you know that I reign. Eyes on me, can't deny the fame. Now watch the kicks, don't step on my shoes.
Done at the first location, and we are currently in the Sprinter on the way to the next location. Every time Cindy books us a car, a Sprinter pulls up, and it's the best thing ever. I feel like I'm in an episode of the Kardashians. So I packed a little touch-up kit with me, and it's just got some micellar water, some cotton pads, a couple lip liners, powders, stuff like that. You know what? Let's do a little... What's in my bag? I guess they'll never know. This is my little touch-up bag, My Kit Co. They do the best bags. I would highly, highly recommend. But I've got all of my brushes because I like to have as many as I can. This side, I've got their touch-up brushes and some baby oil. And then this side is all of their original brushes. In here, we've got some CeraVe micellar water, some mascara ones and cotton pads of 2 different sizes. My favorite Hourglass limited edition blush, 2 shades of the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder, Anastasia Brow Wiz in dark brown and ash brown, 2 lip liners, one is Limitless Brown, yes. One is Limitless Brown and one is MAC Chestnut, my lip balm, and some brow gel. But a real makeup artist has the extra compartment. Cocaine. This is what you need extra things. I didn't realize I already had cotton pads in here. This is how prepared I am. Eyelash curler, hand sanitizer, more mascara ones, hair clips, brow gel. Wow, I literally packed everything twice. Hair ties, eyelash glue, paracetamol, mints, scissors. Always go for mints, never go for gum. If you're working on set and they have gum and then they forget and the camera starts rolling and then they've got gum and you've ruined everyone's day. You've wasted people's time because now they have to retake that never have gum. Signing off as Milan Reddy-Devlin, celebrity makeup artist, to the stars of the world. We made it to our second location. Welcome to Cubanito. This is the coolest place I think I've ever been to, except the fact that it's raining. So let's just get going.
I've been thinking about your love tonight. I've been thinking about your love tonight. Two hearts gonna make our worlds collide, baby. I just wanna be the one to treat you right. Two-step in me, baby, slide, slide. I've been thinking about your love tonight. Two hearts gonna make our worlds collide, baby. I just wanna be the one to treat you right. Two-step in me, baby, slide, slide. I've been thinking about your love tonight.
Welcome back to day 2 of On Set. We've got such a fun day planned. Got some lunch, got another shoot, and then maybe some drinks after. The itinerary for today, we're gonna keep the makeup very similar, pretty much the same. So we're just gonna skip past it. I'm not gonna show you too much because it's everything that I did yesterday. This is our final day, sadly, but it's gonna be a good one. The team are buzzing. The photos so far are looking incredible. Makeup is giving summer, beachy. There's a private jet flying over us right now. And that's my ride to go home. The photos are looking incredible. The makeup is giving that summer skin, beachy, just hopped out of the water, glistening. The sounds of the water are calming and soothing my spirits. I'm ready for day 2. Honestly, this weather is going crazy right now. I don't want to leave, but maybe I'll just move here. Maybe this is where I'll be based from now on. Every episode of On Set will be right here. And welcome to our second location. And that is a wrap! That is the end of the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. How do we feel?
I feel amazing. You slayed those looks. Like, it was a good day. Okay.
It's been such an amazing trip, and thank you so much for bringing us.
Thank you
I've had
for
such a good
coming.
time.
I'm glad. I'm so happy.
Oh. And we'll see you where next?
episode.
Saint-Tropez?
Well, I was thinking, yes. I'm
Yeah.
in the yacht.
See you in Saint-Tropez.
Oh, wow.
And that is a wrap on today's episode. This is the only way I thought was appropriate to end this, with a beautiful face mask and in bed and one pina colada at the bar. I hope you're watching this at night so I can be in your dreams forever. It's time for me to take